Hello, this is Adam with DreamMade Productions. This video is made possible by the very kind donations of viewers like you. Thank you. If you are in a position to help this channel improve quality and grow, please visit my Patreon page at www.patreon.com/DreamMadeProductions, linked below. Hello! So, continuing down in something approaching chronological order, last time we looked at the Sega Genesis and the 32X. Had that sort of as a kid, got it as an adult, but it was my cousin's originally, so that's kind of where it fits in. This, though, I picked up once I started getting to be a teenager and stuff. Now, after I'd had a Nintendo and a Super Nintendo, by then I was a Nintendo kid. So when the next generation of systems came out, you can imagine that I went out, saved up my money from working at Blockbuster Video, and picked up the Nintendo 64. I remember being excited for this thing. The Ultra 64, man. This was going to be a game changer. It was going to make games amazing. And to some degree it did. I mean, it really brought in three-dimensional gaming. Oh man, so many good games for this system. Now, I would kind of change my mind about the N64 later, but when I first got it, I was very, very happy with it. And as you can see, I kept the box and stuff, so let's open this bad boy up and see what's inside. Still got the styrofoam in there. Oh, look at that. Almost like the day it was brought out. I even kept the little wrappings and stuff. Put that over there for now. So that's more or less what it'd have looked like when you got it new out of the packaging. The N64 controller here. What can you say about this bad boy? The footprint controller. You can hold it like this, or like that, or like this. Most everybody I know held it like this. This was such a cool controller. A lot of people complain about it now, but I mean, it was fine. Three-dimensional games were new, and everybody was trying to figure out how to play them, how to best lay out a control scheme. And Nintendo did a pretty good job. I mean, you can assign strafing and moving back and forth with the C buttons, and then, looking around with the joystick here. You got the trigger here for pulling the trigger, and face buttons A and B, the right and left here, D-pad in case you had an old school game where it was 2D or something, and then back here where you could put in memory cards to save your game, and the rumble pack so it would vibrate, that carried forward to future game systems still being used today. So all in all, controller gets a lot of hate, but I thought it was a good attempt, especially for Nintendo's first attempt, and it's certainly memorable. And you got the power brick here to plug it in. AV cables, this Nintendo adapter here. They used that adapter for a while. I had Super Nintendo, N64, and I want to say GameCube all use the same adapter, so that was cool. You could, reuse your cables, or it was easier to find cables if you lost them or they broke. And then the N64 itself Now, being a cartridge-based system meant it had like no load time. It had a little bit of load time, but for the most part it had like no load time. You hit the button and you were playing. But that also held it back because discs could just hold so much more data, and that's the reason this game system lost out on a lot of games. Plus the cartridges, you know, Nintendo was used to having their way with the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo, and you know, once the disc-based system, the PlayStation, came out, it really hit them hard. And you know, I have my thoughts on that we'll get to. Now, I didn't have the RAM expansion in here, but you know, standard RAM in there. I used to rent a game that had the RAM expansion and play with that. And of course, you know, the expansion slot down here at the bottom. N64 disk drive, we didn't really get that, so it's not used. It's kind of a shame. This thing would have done well with a disc, actual CD-ROM expansion, but what are you gonna do? Got some of the paperwork here, warranty information. Oh man, different costs of stuff. Let's see, extension cable $2, AV cable for PlayStation, Saturn, hey. Stereo AV cable for N64, universal cleaning kit, RF switch for Genesis. This must have been third party or something. 1997. I'm not really sure where this came from, but man, to see stuff $3, $5, it's the most expensive thing on here. V3 racing wheel for N64 or PlayStation, $12, man. Got the N64 booklet here. Just your standard warning stuff. Get registered, get benefits, get $5 off the N64 store. Looks like you're signing up to get the power, Nintendo Power. Got the N64 store there. Still advertising Nintendo Power. Oh, you got the storage thing in there. God, I haven't seen this in years. Yeah, different storage options. Mario Kart t-shirt. N64 watch. I wonder how much that's worth these days. Star Fox 64 CD soundtrack. Rock on. Trading cards. Nintendo 64 logo shirt. $12. Oh, I've got plushies up there. Man, I wish I'd bought some of this stuff back then, but I couldn't afford much back then. Was trying to buy a car and pay insurance and all that stuff. That's why this one is a bit short. I'm gonna put two systems together here. First off, we'll look at some games. We will have the game that made me buy the system. We have here GoldenEye for N64. I remember me and my friends being absolutely blown away by this game. As you can see here, as with a lot of stuff back in that time frame, $20 from Blockbuster Video. Yep, Blockbuster Video, N64 GoldenEye. Got something in here. Ooh. Player's Guide. Offer inside. Subscribe now. Nintendo Official Player's Guide and Nintendo Power. This was such an awesome game. Playing with your friends. Staying up entirely too late, passing the controller around. Getting mad when somebody played Odd Job. Man. Unfortunately, I don't think I have the instruction manual for it, but I still got the box. It was awesome. This is what made me buy the system, man, playing this with my friends. Next up, I have Super Smash Brothers. As you can see here, more property of Blockbuster Video. Bought this one for $7 used, pre-played. This was cool, especially back in the day, to have a fighting game with all of the Nintendo characters just whooping the shit out of each other, having all of the cool levels and stuff. This didn't get quite as much play as GoldenEye, but it came out later. But it was still awesome. Man, it was a cool game. Very happy to have this. Next up, Star Fox 64. Awesome. Again, Blockbuster Video. $7. They scratched out the Rumble Pack because apparently I didn't get that with the system or with this game here. But yeah, man, Star Fox 64, still my favorite Star Fox. It is just awesome. One of these days I need to play the was it Star Fox Zero or whatever for Wii U, the remake of it. I gotta play that at some point. But this I spent hours and hours playing this game. I would play with friends some, but I was trying to get where you got every gold medal on every mission. And brother, let me tell you, that was hard. And I spent many hours playing this game trying to do that. And to my knowledge, I never managed to do it. There was a few that eluded me. Next up, we have a legendary game for the system. We have Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Man. Once again, Blockbuster Video, $25. And I managed to keep the book for it. What can I say about Ocarina of Time? I'm still saying that my favorite Legend of Zelda game is A Link to the Past. But not by much. This was an awesome game. To make the jump from 2D Zelda to 3D Zelda, you know, it had a good story, it had good characters, and honestly, that shock of going from the world of light, you know, as a kid to the world of ruin where Ganondorf won, and you just, you know, becoming an adult and stuff, that was a surprise in the game. It was just, it was such an amazing game. If you ever get the chance to play it, play Ocarina of Time. I have 2 copies of Star Wars Rogue Squadron instruction manuals for some reason. I think these were getting thrown away at Blockbuster, and I just, you know, threw them in my bag and took them home. Don't have the game. Wanted the game. It was an awesome game. A lot of fun if you get the chance to play it, but yeah. 2 instruction manuals for it. Anyway, not long after I got the N64, you know, everybody was getting into the PlayStation, and I held on to my N64 for a long time, but eventually I went to a flea market and found a PlayStation at a cheap price, and I bought it, and I don't have it to show to you. I gave it to my brother when he was a kid. I had the PlayStation 2 at that point, so it's somewhere with him or at my mom's house. Not really sure what happened to it, but at any rate, let's take a look at some of the games, because I definitely did keep those. This is one of the games that made me buy the system, Final Fantasy VIII. I missed the hype for Final Fantasy VII. I actually played this before I played 7, which made 7 going back to 7 hard. This was a beautiful game. The cutscenes, the characters, the in-game models, everything about this game was awesome. I played through this game many a time. I would come home from school, I'd have some time, I'd go, I'm going to sit down and play this for an hour, and the next thing I know, the sun was coming up and my alarm clock was going off and I didn't sleep at all. So yeah, this game definitely captured me, and it was my first real Final Fantasy cinematic experience. You know, I'd played the Final Fantasy 3 or 6 for Super Nintendo, but this one was the first one that got me for the PlayStation, and this made me buy that PlayStation when I saw it at a good price, and I'm pretty sure this is the first game that I got for it. Carrying on for that, I got a copy of Metal Gear Solid. As you can see here, I don't have the case for it, which at a certain part in the game causes a problem because it tells you to look at the back of the case. So I had to write it on a notepad. Put in there. Man, Metal Gear Solid. I remember playing this. I had played some of Metal Gear 1 for NES and was just too young for it, and it's not the same as the other Metal Gear games. But this was just, man, what can I say about Metal Gear Solid? This grabbed me too. I have been a fan of Metal Gear ever since. I go back and play this game every few years, and it never gets old. The characters, wandering around, all the crazy stuff you can do in it. Just, it's such an awesome game. Play this if you get the chance. Next up, I had Final Fantasy Tactics. As you can see, I'm missing the manual. Not really sure where I picked this up, but it was an awesome game. I played through this, and I remember putting many hours into this, playing, trying to figure out the best party to have and how to beat it and stuff. I remember it being a pretty hard game. Moving to the tactics grid, it added a lot to it. The storybook type of characters that were in it, the cutscenes and stuff, yeah. I hear that they're going to be remaking this or making a sequel to it, which, yeah, I know there were remakes and sequels for the handhelds, but I don't count handhelds. It's got to be a console for it to be a real remake or a real sequel. Sue me on that one. But, yeah, just, so good. Next up, what can I say? Final Fantasy Anthology. Even though I already owned 6 in the form of 3, this came out and I just couldn't help myself. I bought it. I bought this new. I remember picking this up at Best Buy, taking it home, re-experiencing 6 and experiencing 5 for the first time. 2 awesome games at a decent price from what I can remember. Added cutscenes to it. Oh, it's just so good. Just, what can I say? Just, you got your music CD in here. Just, Final Fantasy VI. Boy, oh boy. Such an awesome game. Final Fantasy V was pretty good too. Yeah. Play Final Fantasy, man. There's a reason I have so many of these. Such an awesome series. Next up, I had some of these PlayStation preview discs. Not really sure where I got these, but probably from Blockbuster Video. Let's see, I have December 1999 with NFL Extreme Omega Boost. I remember that, thinking that was a really cool demo and wanting to pick that game up, but never did. Bugs Bunny Lost in Time, Wipeout 3, Pac-Man World, Toy Story 2, Championship Motocross, Metal Gear Solid VR Missions. That was an okay game. I would have preferred a sequel, but whatever. And NHL, Fighting Force, Rugrats 2, Hot Wheels, Countdown Vampires, and Wu-Tang. What do we got on this one? PlayStation Picks. I have no idea what's on this disc. Anyway, pick these up. Magazines and stuff, I don't remember. I think we used to give them away at Blockbuster Video on occasion, so maybe that's where I got it. Let's see. 2 Extreme Crash Bandicoot NHL Face-Off 97, Formula 1 Spider, Grid Runner, Bugsy 3D, Black Dawn, Rebel Assault 2, yeah, that was a cool game. Disruptor, 10-Pin Alley, and Blast Chamber. Yep. So your demos to try to get you the game before, downloadable demos were a thing. kept those. Next up, I got this game. I bought this used. Suikoden or Suikoden, however you want to call it. High Tech Video. Worked there for a short time after my days at Blockbuster. A little ma and pa shop that I worked at for a while, and what can I say, man? This game grabbed me and I loved it, and yeah, it was an awesome game. It was an awesome game. And that made me purchase this. I didn't get the chance to buy it when it came out, and I kick myself for that every day. Suikoden 2, or Suikoden 2, or however you pronounce it. One of the greatest RPGs ever made. Gotta be, for pixel art, I would have to say it is the best RPG ever made. This game grabbed me, and I remember playing this and thinking I was at the end of it 3 different times. All the characters, all of the stuff that goes on in it. I don't want to ruin any of the plot. If you get the chance, pick up this game and play it. It's now available for the remaster for Switch and PlayStation and, I don't know, PC maybe even, I don't know. I know it's for Switch and PlayStation, so you don't have to pay an arm and a leg for it. I bought this in the early 2000s and paid $100 for this disc-only version. Even back then, it was an expensive game, and it's only gotten worse. So now that it's openly available, go grab the remaster of it. You get Suikoden 1 and 2 in that one. I'm going to be picking it up one of these days, but because I'm not risking my PlayStation with this, I loaned it out a couple of times to friends and family and bit my fingernails until it was returned. So, yeah, awesome game. Well, guys, that's it. Let me know below, what was better, the N64 or the PlayStation? It's so hard to say. I'm going to have to give it to the PlayStation, but not by much. It's 2 different things. If you're playing a 3D game, if you're playing a shooter game or something like that, or, you know, Star Fox, then the N64 is the way to go. If you're playing an RPG, it's not even close. What RPGs are even on the N64? Or, you know, Quest 64, I think. It's, yeah, just, you know, I think there's an Ogre Battles game on it that's really good, but for the most part, PlayStation. What can I say? If you love RPGs like me, pick up a PlayStation. Did you have any of these games? Let me know below. And as always, I hope you enjoy the battle reps that are to come. Hello, this is Adam with Dream Made Productions. Thank you for watching my content. It really means a lot that you have given me the chance to entertain you. If you would like to support the channel, please visit my Patreon at patreon.com/DreamMadeProductions, linked below. Also below is a link for PayPal, or links if you would like to send crypto, if that's more your thing. Please know any amount that you give will be cherished and used to upgrade equipment and improve the channel. You can also help the channel by subscribing, turning on notifications, liking, commenting, and sharing my channel with anyone you think might be interested. Thank you again for watching, and I hope you enjoy the battle reps that are to come.